The Hope Diamond. Shrouded in opulence and misfortune, the Hope Diamond is a jewel so magnificent that it has drawn admiration and envy throughout history. Weighing 45.52 carats, its deep blue hue captures the light with an almost supernatural shimmer. But behind its beauty lies a legacy steeped in blood and despair. The diamond originated in the Golconda mines of India, a place already whispered to hold secrets and curses. The legend begins with an ominous tale of theft. It is said that the gem was pried from the eye of a sacred idol, an act that invited the wrath of the gods. The first known European owner, King Louis XIV of France, had the diamond recut and named it the French blue. He wore it as a symbol of his divine right, a jewel befitting a monarch blessed by fate. Yet that blessing turned to a curse. His court was soon filled with whispers of misfortune, and a dark shadow fell over his descendants. His great-grandson, Louis XVI, and Queen Marie Antoinette, once revered for their grandeur, met their grisly end at the guillotine. Their blood-stained demise was seen as the culmination of the diamond's malevolent influence, a prophecy fulfilled. As the Hope Diamond changed hands, its reputation as a harbinger of doom only grew. Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, the French merchant who first brought the diamond to Europe, was said to have met a brutal end, mauled by wild dogs, a fate whispered to be retribution for disturbing the sacred relic. Other owners fared no better. A Dutch jeweler who briefly held the gem was found dead in his own shop, his body mangled, eyes wide with an expression of sheer terror. The tale spoke of madness, ruin, and sudden death, as if the diamond held the power to manipulate fate itself. Perhaps the most infamous owner was Evelyn Walsh McLean, an American socialite known for her defiance of superstition. She draped the diamond around her neck at opulent gatherings, the blue jewel catching the light like an all-seeing eye. But the diamond's curse was relentless. Her young son perished in a tragic car accident, a horror that left her family shattered. Her daughter succumbed to depression and died of an overdose. Evelyn's husband descended into madness, and the once glamorous socialite died alone and in debt, haunted by the echoes of the diamond's dark history. Today, the Hope Diamond sits encased in the Smithsonian Institution, seemingly benign but with an air of menace that lingers. Visitors speak of an unshakable sense of unease when they stand before it, as if the gem itself is aware of their presence. Curators and staff members have reported cold drafts, the sensation of being watched, and sudden headaches that disappear once they leave the room. Paranormal experts claim that objects like the Hope Diamond, which have witnessed such immense suffering, become vessels for that energy. Whether it is a true curse or a beacon that draws darkness, the Hope Diamond's legacy is a chilling testament to the price of possessing beauty born of desecration. The Dybbuk Box. At first glance, the Dybbuk Box looks like an ordinary wooden wine cabinet, unremarkable and aged. Yet its appearance belies the horror contained within. Rooted in Jewish folklore, a dybbuk is a spirit so tormented and vile that it clings to the living, seeking to possess their body and soul. This box, believed to house such a malevolent spirit, gained infamy when it was sold on eBay, accompanied by a harrowing tale that sent shivers down the spines of those who read it. Kevin Mannis, the original seller, recounted how he purchased the box at an estate sale and soon realized he had brought something evil into his life. The nightmares came first, visions of an old decrepit hag who sat on his chest as he slept, her breath wheezing in the darkness. Shadowy figures darted at the edge of his vision, and the air in his home felt heavy, as if unseen eyes watched him from every corner. The box's malevolence extended to his family. When Mannis gifted the box to his mother, she suffered a sudden and severe stroke that left her unable to speak, her eyes filled with silent, pleading terror. Subsequent owners experienced horrors that seemed torn from the pages of a nightmare. Reports of foul odors like decaying flowers seeped from the box, filling rooms with a stench that clung to the walls. The sound of scratching, like nails dragged across wood, would echo through the night. Jason Haxton, a museum curator who once possessed the box, spoke of strange illnesses, welts that appeared and vanished without reason, and Blood's coughing fits that seemed to defy medical explanation. His home became a place where shadows danced without light, where whispers murmured in languages unknown. The box's notoriety reached its peak when it was acquired by paranormal investigator Zach Bagans for his haunted museum in Las Vegas. There, the box is kept behind protective glass, surrounded by salt and religious artifacts meant to suppress its power. Visitors report sudden panic attacks, feelings of suffocation, and fainting spells when they stand too close. One woman claimed that after staring at the box for mere moments, she began to hear disembodied whispers that followed her home, tormenting her with whispers in the dead of night. Some skeptics argue that the Dybbuk box's story is nothing more than an elaborate hoax, a tale spun to frighten the gullible. But those who have encountered its presence tell a different story, a tale of dread that defies rational explanation. Paranormal experts say that objects like this one are more than haunted. They are prisons for entities that crave release. The Dybbuk box's quiet wooden exterior hides the storm that rages within, a silent promise that its curse is far from broken. The Busby Stoop Chair. To the untrained eye, the Busby Stoop Chair is just that, a simple, aged wooden chair. But to those who know its history, it is an object of terror, a harbinger of death. The story begins in the 18th century with Thomas Busby, a convicted murderer who met his end on the gallows for killing his father-in-law. Before his execution, Busby cursed his beloved chair, shouting, "May sudden death come to anyone who dares sit in my chair." The chair remained in the inn where Busby had been arrested, becoming a source of local legend and daring. Soldiers stationed nearby during World War II would sit in the chair as a test of their bravery. Those who did rarely lived to tell the tale, meeting untimely fates on the battlefield. The chair's deadly reputation grew with each new story. A delivery man who rested on it during a break later died in a car accident, his body found mangled and lifeless. A roofer who casually sat in it fell to his death the next day, his scream still haunting those who heard it. A chimney sweep who took a brief rest was found dead hours later, his face twisted in a look of absolute horror. The chair's power seemed to defy logic, spreading a sense of dread that could not be ignored. The owners of the inn, fearful of further deaths, eventually donated the chair to the Thirsk Museum. There, it hangs suspended high on the wall, a precaution meant to keep it from claiming more victims. Yet, even in its current state, the chair's reputation persists. Museum staff speak of cold spots around the display, moments when the air turns frigid without explanation. Some visitors report feeling an unseen force tug at their clothes, or a sudden, suffocating chill that dissipates only when they step back. Paranormal investigators have tried to unravel the chair's mystery, recording hours of footage and audio near its display. Some claim to have captured faint whispers, unintelligible but urgent, as if Thomas Busby himself is still guarding his cursed seat. Others believe the chair has become a vessel for Busby's rage, a tangible remnant of a man who refused to let death silence him. The Busby Stoop Chair serves as a stark reminder that curses, once cast, can linger long after the person who spoke them has turned to dust.